fuck is that? Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Margie. On my Heyoka Empire. I just like having these little talks in the way I feel about these things. I just tried for probably 35 minutes to do a live. F it! I'm freaking gonna do a pre-recorded. Yesterday, that 12-minute talk I did took over 4 hours to upload. I went to bed. That's like the second time in a row. I don't think people are watching it anyway, so I'm not missing nothing in the chat. But I ain't been there, and I probably won't be there for this one when it finally shows. Anyway, I haven't worn my Lake Tahoe shirt in a while. On the back of it? This is nice rack. They're both thinking it. They're two mooses. She's looking at his rack on his head, and he's looking at her rack not on her head. So, got this. I got a phone book in the Taos phone book today. in the mail. I would check the mail after about a week. And look at this thing. Isn't this the cutest little thing you ever saw? This is the local Yellow Pages. As long as I've existed, we've always had a phone book, you know. And when we were younger, used to and we always were aware of like what it was at the Commerce, where the welcome wagon, where people. I don't know if they have that shit anymore because everything's online. But we need to bring some of this stuff back, you know. Some of the stuff that went away, we need to bring it back. But I just thought this was super cute. I wanted to show people the little itty bitty baby. So always keep them in my car for reference. Because they used to, I don't think they anymore, but they used to have, yeah, they got all kinds of maps and stuff. People like to ski. There's the local, one of them, there's a few. Yeah, there's maps. See, there's a lot of practical data information in here. I've been meaning to get this isn't a significant enough map for me. But yeah, there's all kinds of, woohoo, it's a nice place to visit. Anyone who wants to come visit, I'd be love to show people around. You know, and I'll take your picture of your whole vacation, you know. And at the end of it, here, I'll give you the camera card, and then you can do what you want with it. You know, you want to have somebody edit them or something, that's fine. It doesn't hurt my feelings. There's all the other things I'd rather do than sit and try and freaking stay out of the dichotomy of how to, you know, what I think is going to add and make my photo better, you know, because I'll play with stuff all day long. Because that's what I do, is I just play with, I'll try this, I'll try that, you know. I don't want to sit there and try that and like enhancing colors and shades and shadows and all. No. If you don't like a picture I take, just delete it and move on. I take plenty of them. I'll take 100 pictures in an hour of like nothing, you know, like. Thanks, Ma, I appreciate that. So, let's see. Getting on with life. You know, new normal. I was thinking about that a lot yesterday. About, you know, when things change, you know. Well, we've had things change so much in our life that it's just like, you know, okay, it's more. But sometimes when things change, it's not something I want, so it hurts my heart a little bit more. Yeah. Because otherwise they just keep stuff the same. People don't know how to adapt, and that's one thing. Thank you, Mom, and that kind of reminds me of what I wanted to talk about, is like security. And the next chapter that's happening in so many people's lives the next few months. People of all ages. Doesn't matter the color of your skin, doesn't matter if you're a good person, doesn't matter if you're a dick, none of that shit matters. In the next few months, the level The playing field is leveling. So, in security, what I found security to be is to know that whatever situation is uncomfortable or painful, as it might be, that comes up in life, I know I can handle it. Stanley just rolled over. I know I can handle it, you know. And I know, and that's the thing is that so much is stuff. I've been handling things for such a young age. That's like and then that stupid fucking anthrax vax, man. If I ever saw that Fauci dude, man, I'd freaking probably rack him in the nuts. I wouldn't mind going to jail for freaking racking that guy in the nuts, providing somebody looked out for you and the dogs for a little while. But, you know, because that guy, man, that guy has been fucking ruining people's endocrine systems since the made-up fucking AIDS bullshit. Okay? Our country, our administrations, the people that run these, they really need to stop using its own people, just so they can become freaking bazillionaires, because they have more money than God, but they don't got no friends because they suck. You know, so their lives are so empty. They have no inner security. That's why people keep wanting stuff. They want bigger houses. They want more, they want more safety. They want more security. They want more freedom to, and that's the thing is the more that people get it, you're taken from somebody, man. It's like there's 100% of it in the world. And it's all, people got to spread that shit out, and they got to share that shit, and they're not doing that. And so what happens when you're a kid and you don't share your toys? What happened? Well, when I was a kid, I didn't share my toys. My toys got taken away. So people are that's how I see it. Universe is gonna go, you ain't been cool with what you got. You could have been cool, but you ain't been cool. So a lot of lessons are going to start being made. A lot of lessons. More than there have been in this last year. You know what? And all these freaking gazillionaires that have been making gazillions of dollars, while more and more, while the cracks of society get freaking wider and more people fall through it, Because it's going to happen to more and more people. You're going to have that loved one that gets in that car accident, and you ain't gonna have the means to hire nurses and all, So a lot more people are gonna be taking care of family members and stuff like that. Welcome to my world. So security, man, and I work so hard. Because I was that little girl. Let me do it. Let me try it. Let me do it. Let me try it. As long as I could freaking move, as long as I was mobile, I wanted to do stuff for myself. It's just like my spirit always knew that. It's just like it just wanted to just mark all these things off the list of what it wanted to experience in life, right? And I learned how to do a lot of things because I didn't always have people around. Even when I asked for help, man. Even people are like, you gotta ask for help. I've asked for help my whole entire life. Unfortunately, I asked the people that like to say no. So I had to just learn how to adapt and do it myself anyway. And let me tell you something about customer service. It's pretty much non-existent. I have to upload this because my internet is shit. But I did talk to another internet company, and they will be out maybe even the end of business today, tomorrow. It's all divine. We'll see. But I'm done with using that because it's freaking shit, man. $80 a month. $80 a month I spend for the idea of wireless. For the idea of it, And the last time when I called to see what it was going to cost for me to buy out my contract, the lady's like, well, we can troubleshoot. I'm like, that's the thing, is I pay for a service. It is crap service all the time. I know how to troubleshoot. I know how to disconnect the power. I know how to reset it. I know the IP address to go to see it, how much uses I've used and if they've throttled it down. I know how to do all that. I just want my shit to work. What price do I need to pay just for my shit to work? I don't want to have a conversation every time a store and go, so it's just like, I don't want to do it. So I'd rather pay a bunch of money, buy out my contract, and start with somebody else. Clean slate. Let's see how this goes. Alright? So, and it's point to point. So, and they have more towers and it's point to point. Which I've actually find a little more solace in it than freaking the bullshit freaking satellite crap that they've been swindling people. And then they leave their equipment here. They'll never come back to get it. They just said, just throw it in the recycle bin, it'll be alright. Things are going to change so crazily. Things are going to get crazily. See, I'm at 11 minutes. It's probably going to take 4 hours for this to upload. It just freaking drives me crazy because I know what can be done, But people have to everything's about money. Everything is always about money, man. Everything is always about money, and I freaking hate it. I hate it. I ask people, what if money was no object? If money was no object. Now, I think that's a pretty clear statement, right? And more people than, I'd say 9 times out of 10 will come back and they'll answer the question in terms as if they have all the money in the world. Which is not the same. Like, I'm talking if money didn't exist. If people had to get by on their charms and, and their abilities. Or something that they could do. I think that's why there's so much fear in the world right now, because people are seeing the reality of the direction of, people are seeing that the world is heading in a direction of which they fucking had nightmares about when they were a kid. More and more people, it's how collective consciousness works. More and more people, they have all the stuff to, they're not looking at sports. They're not looking at all the usual distractions that they've ordinarily been looking at, right? So a lot of, like attracts like, as Rick Levine talks about the clocks that all sync up, collective consciousness, it's all going to sync up. People are going to start looking at the same thing, Human race, slow to the stroll. Either people are going to, either humanity is going to get busy freaking saving itself, which the human spirit is kind of supposed to be that battery source to help do that, or it's going to burn itself out in ego, So, I hate seeing freaking people get uncomfortable, man. It hurts, makes my freaking glands hurt. My adrenaline, seeing people suffer freaking sucks. And clearly there ain't enough people on this planet that have not experienced suffering enough, because that's how I can tell when a person has suffered in some capacity. Whether it's like a car accident, you've been laid up for months, or like having that sick, that sibling, or that, something that is just like a little outside script. You ain't had no challenge in life, stuff like that. You're gonna get your challenge, man. And if you need to reach out, if you're having a hard time evolving and adapting, the pain of the world after a huge life change, losing a loved one, a loved thing, the idea of how something could have been, when you know that it's just not going to be. But that's cool. There is a lot of good stuff about living, as a soul sack, a spiritual being having a human experience. There is beauty in every situation. There's full spectrum. People just have to step into their own personal, broaden their own spectrum to get to there. Yeah. Yeah. It sucks. Raise your vibration. Dude, what happens when freaking people get hit with life and just, it's like blow after blow after blow, you know? And it's just like shit happens. There's periods of time, man, that you just, crap happens and it just, you know, try and still look in the silver lining in it, man, but there's a lot of people on this planet that haven't had those experiences yet. Those are the ones that I feel for. So I'll be here to help spiritually triage, spiritual triage. You know, make people, ease them into their feelings and emotions and some positive things you can do to ground all that freaking out of ya. Literally, freaking go put your feet on the earth. Go walk around barefoot in the grass and the dirt. That gets a lot of that I love going to the coffee shop and just sitting outside getting a cup of coffee and hanging out with some homies and with the trees. I like that a lot. That's my tree time at the coffee shop, Ma. Because yeah, you know, that's what takes my dis-ease. All right, you get rid of all that energy, and then it doesn't evolve into disease. Disease evolves into disease. I feel bad. I'm gonna eat this. I feel bad. I'm gonna drink that. It makes me feel better. But when I have those feelings of ill will, I'll go outside. Nature, please take this. For this burden is too much. And nature, oh, Mama Gaia, Mother Earth, she always does. She's always willing to. So, anyway, I think that's about all I got. Hope you have a rad evening. Peace.